I don't care what you make me do. Put me to work. All I ask for is I get to dive for free every single day. Hey guys, Mike here from Big Ocean Dive. We are answering this week's most interesting questions on Reddit. Okay, question number one, we have night diving. This person wants to go night diving and they're asking, what should I know before this course? Now, there's two ways to go night diving if you've not gone before. You can do an adventure dive or an advanced open water course and include night diving as one of your 5 dives needed. Your adventure dives are individual courses that are broken up into like the advanced open water atmosphere. And to get your advanced open water, you need to do 5 dives, 2 of which need to be deep in navigation. The other 3 you can pick with your instructor, and night can be one of them. All right, when you go night diving, there's some things that you have to know to keep yourself safe, your buddies safe, and the environment safe. Okay, I'm gonna go through some of these points that'll keep you safe, and here's number 1. So when you go diving to a new location at night, you should go diving there first during the day. So you get a lay of the land and get a vibe of how to enter properly, how to exit properly. Are there weird currents or channels that you need to pay attention to? Okay, another one is when you are diving, let's talk about your torch. You need a torch to go diving with. I recommend that you don't get the biggest, brightest torch you have because it'll ruin your diving experience at night because it'll feel like you're diving in a football stadium. Have a nice narrow beam that's not too bright, anywhere from 800 to 1200 lumens. That'll be perfect. All right, now with that torch, when you're descending, you always want to keep the light down and looking down so that you are aware of what you're going to bump into or hit. Secondly, on the way up, you want to point your torch up so that the light beam goes to the surface so boats nearby can see where these little light pockets are and they're going to stay away from there. All right, now with your light, you should always carry 2. You need a redundancy. In case one goes out, you have the other. Okay, second thing, never turn your light off once you've turned it on, because sometimes pressure can affect the way you twist it to unlock it or to lock it, or how to twist it on and off or flick it on and off. And if you turn it off, you might not be able to get it on. So once it's on, it stays on. When you're communicating with your buddy and you're searching for them, do not aim at eye level and blind them, and then they won't be able to see for a couple minutes. Aim down at an angle and think about your light has a peripheral. Try to catch them in that peripheral. When you're speaking to them and you need to give signals, you can aim that light at your chest and then you can give those signals while aiming at your chest. Don't do it this way and blind your diver. Now, if you are far away and you want to get signaling of a customer, if you're far away and you want to get signaling your dive buddy, what you can do is you can make a circle motion as okay. But try to keep the flashlight at a slight angle so it's not directly in their eyes. So you just catch them with the peripheral. And if you have a problem, you can shake it back and forth. Now, how do you check current while night diving? Now, the simplest one that you can do is just go to the bottom, pick up some sand, flash a light on it, drop and see if it gets shot away or if it's just going down. That'll tell you the way the current's going. Okay, there's not many fish that are going to be swimming at night, so you can't use fish for current, but you can try to look for anemones or sea whips and try to gauge that to your best knowledge. Also, diving there during the day will tell you the local knowledge of that dive site, and then you'll be able to better prepare for it when it comes to night diving. Night diving is some of my favorite diving of all because I find myself in the ultimate Zen mode when I am diving at night, because you have the light on what you want to focus on and you're focusing on nothing else. So you just take your time and exploring. You kind of feel like a kid in the backyard at night exploring for little critters. And at night, when you find stuff, it's always different to the day. You're going to find lots of shrimp and crabs and cuttlefish and squid. One of my most favorite night dives was when I saw a squid or a cuttlefish, yeah, it was a cuttlefish actually, laying eggs. And then when the eggs came out, you could see the baby cuttlefish in those egg sacs swimming around. It was pretty incredible. Enjoy your night dive. Those are my tips for your first night dive. Question number 2, this guy is saying, I want to work for free, dive for free, just get me diving. I get it. That's how I was. When I was 15, I got hooked on diving. And I went to the dive resort that I did my training at, and I said, I don't care what you make me do. I will cut fish in the kitchen. I will sweep the floors. I will carry the tanks. Put me to work. All I ask for is I get to dive for free every single day. I'm telling you, as a 15-year-old, that was the coolest thing in the world. And I dove hundreds of dives in that summer. And I did it for every summer until I was 18. And once I was 18, I did my dive master test. I went through, I did my final trainings, and I got my license. I think it's a great way to do it. If you have the money even necessarily, it ties into my previous video where I talked about being an apprentice while diving. If you pay for your dive master course, you will want to see progress for what you've paid for. You have objectives, you have milestones. It changes the framework. It's okay to pay for your course, and it's definitely important to pay your dive center who needs you to pay for their course. But if you can work out a deal to be in the mindset of I'm gonna work for it, and you really commit to that, you will learn a lot. And when you're doing this, I recommend you get involved everywhere. You do everything from maintenance to dealing with customers, to carrying tanks, to setting up gear, paperwork, organizing dive boats on whiteboards. I'm telling you, this is a great way to learn, but just see the big picture. Where are you going? What are you trying to achieve? Do you just want to dive for free? Do you want to learn everything you can, and you know that if you just commit a year to it, you're going to do that? So just think about what are your objectives. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I did that. I think it's a fantastic way if you don't have the cash for it, or if you want to really dig in and learn everything. Because they're going to give you crappy jobs that they wouldn't give a student to. But by giving it to someone who's working for free, you're going to learn things that might suck doing, but you're going to have that edge up on any other dive master then, or any other instructor, because you've been through the ringer. And I think that is definitely a good approach. Question number 3, this person is asking, tech diving, when do I know I am ready as a new scuba diver? All right, I want to leave you with my first advice that I got when I started commercial diving, which is deeper diving, using different types of gas, more challenging diving, dark, deep scenarios that you can't always anticipate for. And I was sitting down at a bar with a commercial diver, and they said, I'm going to give you this advice. There's 2 types of divers, okay? There's old divers and there's bold divers. But there's no old, bold divers, if that makes sense. You can have a nice, long career of happy diving, either professionally or recreationally. But pushing yourself before you're ready, before you're comfortable, if you're rushing the process, things can happen. And underwater, if things go wrong, they go wrong quick. So don't push yourself before you're ready. The best advice I can give you is read about technical diving. Go talk to dive centers about it. Meet friends who are tech divers. Okay, build trust with them. Ask them their opinion. Dive your face off until you are so comfortable in day diving, doing night dives, deep dives, wreck dives, drift dives, and you've pushed yourself there, then consider tech. Because in tech, you're going to be going deep. It's going to be technical because you're going to have to work out your deco stops. You're going to have good air consumption. There's all good buoyancy. There's all kinds of things that you won't be ready for. So don't rush it. And when you feel you're starting to get ready, build yourself into that community, find people you trust and that you want to take down. Because at 50 meters underwater, you're gonna feel alone. And you're gonna wanna be with people that you know and that you trust. That's my advice. Thanks. Question number 4. This person is asking rec. Why do I need to do a rec course? Now, if you listened earlier to the video, we talked about the advanced course. You can do rec as one of those courses for one of the 5 dives for the advanced course. If you do an adventure rec dive, you're just going down, swimming around the wreck, interacting with the wreck, okay? But a rec specialty will teach you how to go inside the wreck, okay? And why is that a problem? Because you can get lost. So learning the wreck specialty, you learn how to navigate through a wreck without getting lost. I mean, you're gonna be entering rooms, going down stairwells, and if you forget your way out, you can get trapped. So you need to learn how to navigate through the wreck. What happens if you run out of air inside of a wreck? What happens if you get lost? If you get trapped or hooked up on something? These are things that you will learn in the rec specialty course. This is very important, and the most dangerous type of diving is overhead diving. Okay, if you're in a cave or if you're in a wreck, this is the most dangerous type of diving. Because in normal scenarios, you have a problem, you signal your buddy, let's go up, and you just go straight up. But if you have something over your head, before you can just go straight up, you have to exit that space. And if you're panicking and freaking out and you can't find the way out, this is a spelling out disaster. So take your time, do that course, and realize that overhead environments for diving is the most dangerous type. Okay, so take your time and learn that properly, because if anything ever did go wrong one day, you're gonna be glad you had training for it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, drop us a comment, and we will see you next week. Thanks.